On question 2, we're asked for the coordinates at the centre of the circle. Well, if AB is the diameter, then the centre of the diameter is the centre of the circle. So we simply have to find the midpoint of AB. So we look at these two coordinates. And we find the midpoint. So we go -4 plus 2 divided by 2. That's the two x coordinates. That's -2 divided by 2, which is -1. So your x coordinate of the midpoint is -1. And then the two second numbers, 3 plus 11 divided by 2, that's 14 divided by 2, which is 7. Okay, so part B, work out the radius of the circle. Right, so if you have got at the centre point here, and we've got some coordinates here, A and B, if we draw on a little triangle between the midpoint and A, or the midpoint and B, I'm going to do the midpoint and B. We know this coordinate is 2, 11, so we need to use Pythagoras to work out this length here, this radius. So this is 11 take away 7, the difference between the y coordinates, so it's 4. The difference between the x coordinates is 2 take away -1, which is 3. So we've got 4 and 3 as the two measurements. So we're going to do the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared, which is the square root of 16 plus 9, square root of 25, which is 5. So the radius is 5, and you can tell, I suppose, because it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Third part of the question, part C, write down the equation of the circle. So the equation of any circle is going to look like this in general. This number here and this number here are dictated by where the centre of the circle is, and this number here is the radius of the circle. So the radius is 5. Now we can write 5 squared there, or we can change this for 25. I think either will be accepted. The centre of the circle is -1, 7. So for our formula, we're going to take the negative versions of these. So this is +1, and this is going to be -7. So this is +1 and -7. P is another point on the circle. The gradient of the line AP is 2. So we'll write down the gradient of the line PB. So AP, this line here, the gradient is 2, and we want PB. Right, what you should notice, hopefully, is this is a diameter, and this then is this bit here is a semicircle between B and A, all around here. So this angle here, using your knowledge of circle theorems, is going to be a right angle. So this line here, PB, is perpendicular to AP. So it is going to be the negative reciprocal if it's perpendicular. So it is going to be -1/2. So 2 becomes negative, it becomes -2, and the reciprocal of -2 is -1/2.